So many postural distortions and movement compensations get blamed on one muscle group or one joint, but often it's overload from multiple areas really adding up. And that means we not only have to address many different muscles and joints at the same time to truly alleviate the aches and pains, but it also means that we need that full 3-step prehab process of foam rolling, stretching, and activation. This is especially the case when it comes to our shoulders and that rounded shoulder posture many of us have developed, leading to neck, shoulder, and upper back, and even lower back aches and pains. This posture and these aches and pains stem not only from restricted shoulder range of motion, but also a lack of proper spinal and scapular mobility and stability. Working not only on the mobility of our shoulder joint, but also on our spinal extension and scapular mobility and stability are key. That's why I wanted to share 4 moves that will help you work through the layers of this postural distortion to move and feel your best. But before I do just want to mention that posture really isn't just good or bad. Each of us does have different builds and different movement patterns. However, we need to recognize the mobility restrictions and imbalances we personally have that are perpetuating our aches and pains to constantly be addressing them to move and feel our best. And as we include the mobility and stability work to improve, we can't simply stop doing these moves when things are better. You can never stop doing what made you better. If you've done rehab for a specific injury, that rehab simply needs to become prehab, and you need to include it in your recovery routines and your warm-ups. Now, what are 4 moves to improve that rounded shoulder posture? Exercise number 1, lat foam rolling. Our lats have a direct impact on our shoulder health and that rounded shoulder posture, contributing to shoulder internal rotation as well as restricted shoulder flexion, or your ability to reach overhead. Tight, overactive lats can restrict proper shoulder mobility, negatively impacting your shoulder stability, and it can even impact your scapular mobility as well. It's why it's key we include a move to relax this overactive muscle, like lat foam rolling. To roll out your lats, you can use a ball or roller. If you're using a roller, lie on your side with the roller behind your armpit. Reach your hand overhead with your palm facing up to stretch out your lat as you roll. Roll slightly up and down your side to find a tight spot and then hold. As you hold, reach your arm overhead, then sweep it down in front of your chest. Move slowly, breathing as you hold to help the muscle relax and release. You can even slightly rock forward and backward as you hold on a tight spot. Then move the roller to another spot, working down the side of your back and shoulder blade. Switch sides after you're done. You can also use a ball if you know your exact trigger points and want to apply more pressure, or even need to roll out against a wall because you can't get down on the ground. Exercise number 2, suspension trainer snow angels. This is an amazing multi-purpose move that not only mobilizes your shoulders, but stretches out your chest and helps you improve your thoracic extension and your scapular mobility and stability. The key with this move is to not just go through the movement, letting all of the mobility come from your shoulders, but actually engaging your upper back to stretch out your chest and improve that scapular control. Stretches should help you also activate underactive muscles and restore proper flexibility and joint range of motion. Using a suspension trainer, hold a handle in each hand and walk away from the anchor point with your back to the anchor point. Extend your arms out straight to your sides at shoulder height so you feel a stretch in your chest. You may have to adjust slightly backwards or forwards as you begin to do the wave, depending on your mobility. Then, standing still with your arms straight out at shoulder height, engage your back and brace your abs. You want to think about really extending through your mid and upper back without arching your lower back. Raise your arms up overhead. Keep your arms straight as you extend overhead and even lean slightly forward to increase the stretch. Hold for a second or 2 and then bring your arms out and down to the sides, lowering them all the way back down and towards the ground. Keep your arms straight as you bring them back down. Feel the muscles of your chest and even around your shoulders stretching as you lower your arms. Then bring them back out to the side and back overhead. Move in a fluid, smooth wave as you lift and lower. When you do the suspension trainer snow angels, you want to make sure you're engaging your upper back to open up your chest as you raise your arms up overhead. Feel your shoulder blades move as you raise your arms overhead and then lower them back down to your sides. Exercise number 3, dip hold shrugs. So often we ignore the stability of our shoulder blades and don't work to control every movement they do. We may include some retraction exercises to improve our posture, pinching our shoulder blades together, but we also have to remember that they elevate and depress the shoulder blades. Too often when we round forward, our shoulders end up shrugged by our ears. This is why it's key we also work on that ability to depress our shoulder blades and draw our shoulders down and back. A super popular move, and one I personally love to work on this movement, is the mini pull-up. However, this simple looking move is more challenging than we realize. It takes a lot more scapular control and strength than it seems like it would for such a small movement. It also can't be done at your desk, whereas the dip hold shrug can. And an added bonus of this move is that it will remind us not to hunch and round forward while sitting at our desk. It's key we also realize that the scapular movement is not only done when pulling, but can also be utilized during a press. To do this move, you can do these off a bench or chair. Place your hands over the edge of the bench, fingertips pointing back towards your butt as you extend your legs out and lift yourself off the bench and slightly in front. Allow your shoulders to shrug up as you hold. Then press the bench away and draw your shoulders down, lifting and opening your chest slightly towards the ceiling. As you do this, don't let your butt drift super far out in front of the bench or let your hips raise up. Often, to try and make the move feel bigger, we start to move other parts of our body instead of just focusing on the small unshrug. Pause and relax back down, allowing your shoulders to shrug. Again, draw your shoulder blades down. Focus on really feeling those shoulder blades move as you unshrug and open your chest up slightly towards the ceiling. If it helps, I like to think of this as a turtle popping its head out of the shell. To progress this move, you can do it off the dip bars. Or to modify, bend your knees and walk your heels back in towards the bench or chair. Exercise number 4, extended range of motion scapular push-ups. Along with learning to control elevation and depression of our shoulder blades, we want to be able to control protraction and retraction. And I think it's key we can do this through a full range of motion. Moves like this not only help us improve our posture by allowing us to learn how to retract our shoulder blades or pinch them together, but moves like this also allow us to learn how to engage our backs to properly row when not starting from a set point. This exercise also strengthens the serratus anterior, which is a muscle often overlooked as being key to our shoulder health. To do the extended range of motion scapular push-ups, start from a forearm plank off the ground. You can also do these from your hands or a high plank position, however that can allow you more room to move your hips. It can also be used as a modification to reduce the resistance on your core if needed. With your elbows under your shoulders and your feet no wider than hip width apart, make sure your abs are engaged and your quads are flexed. Unshrug your shoulders to feel your back engage. Then round your mid and upper back up towards the ceiling, tucking your hips even to perform a slight posterior pelvic tilt. Don't just round through your lower back. Really think about the rounding of your spine coming from pushing the ground away with your elbows and forearms. Feel your shoulder blades draw as far apart as possible, coming forward around your ribs. Then slowly lower back down into the plank, and from here, pinch your shoulder blades together. Make sure you aren't shrugging as you pinch your shoulder blades together. And don't let your hips sag as you perform the small retraction movement. We can often let our hips sag to try and make the movement feel bigger. Move back into the plank position, then repeat the round up. If you can't control this movement yet, reduce the resistance and modify the move off an incline. Using a bench or incline reduces the resistance on your upper body and core. Really focus on feeling the movement of your shoulder blades. As you round, feel the muscles around your ribs and abs. As you retract, focus on feeling the muscles of your upper back engaging. Just make sure you don't shrug as you pinch those shoulder blades together. The best rehab is prehab, so you want to start including these 4 moves into your routine. You can include these 4 moves as a quick mobility routine in your day, even just 30 seconds per move or side, or you can add them into your warm-up before an upper body workout. But make sure to keep using the things that help you stay strong and mobile. If you like the video, make sure to like it, comment below if you have any questions, and subscribe. We're posting new videos each week.